Okay, made it to New York, check. Got the house turned on, check. Got the studio up and running, check. Look at the stock market, checking. Hey everyone, Tom Gentile here. Welcome to my trading room. Today, we are going to discuss the markets, the one that got away, and what we see coming for the month of August. So, looking at the stock market, we'll start with the S&P 500 or SPY. SPY started out back in April, down around 275. We saw a move up to an island top reversal high around 320. It took 6 weeks to get above that 320 level, and now we've hit a new resistance area around 327. All right, I expect that number is going to get hit again and again, and as we go through the month of August, I expect that number is going to be pushed higher, and I also believe we will make a run at those all-time highs. If the bond market has anything to say about it, that might not be the case, because what's happened with bonds since April, when we got our sell signal, bonds have come all the way down, and they bottomed right down here around 155. This is TLT. Now, we had buy signals at the 162 level and again at 158, and look where we are now. We are now back above 170, but do we remain there? Do we pull back, or do we move forward? I think short term, I believe we are going to continue to test these highs and move a little bit higher. Now, this might be kind of counterproductive for the stock market, but big money's been moving into bonds for weeks now, and I imagine it's going to continue to do so up into the election. All right, U.S. dollar, let's take a look at it. UUP's been moving in the exact opposite direction. We have clearly broke down from this descending triangle that actually started back here around the middle of May. We broke out of it about a week and a half ago, and we're seeing a little bit of support here, but clearly the trend is down for the U.S. dollar. When the U.S. dollar is being sold, that's good for stocks, that's good for foreign currencies, and it's also good for the next chart I want to show you, which is crude oil. In this case, the ETF USO. So USO started out the middle of May, down here around 20. We had a big hop to 29. And we've been hitting 29 once, twice, 3 times before finally getting above it and trading above it for a couple of days. And now we're using that $29.20 level. That's this green line here, $29.20. This is now a support level that we're holding on to. Again, if the U.S. dollar continues to slide, I expect to see this ETF USO above $30 a share. The other one that has outperformed, and you know which one I'm talking about here, folks, it is GLD. So GLD, make no mistake about it, I've been talking about this one for months now. Down here at the bottom, double bottom at 158, and around the high that was happening at 164. I am, without holding anything from you, I'm long this. This is one of the biggest positions in my portfolio, all right? And what has gone on since about the middle of June is we broke above that 165 area. That became a new floor. We have stepped up 170, 175, 180, 185 right now on GLD. This was one of my shorter term targets. My target now on GLD is 200. 200 is round number resistance for GLD. Where does that put gold if we get to 200? Well, over the weekend, gold went above $2,000 an ounce. It was only there for a little bit of time before it pulled back, but I see $2,000 to $2,200 an ounce would put us well in the 200 target. Longer term targets, 2,500 on gold is, to me, not out of the question at all. But we're seeing analysts out there projecting $5,000 to even $10,000 an ounce for gold. I would love to see that, but I'm going to stick with my more realistic targets going forward. Cryptocurrency, the one that's been late to the party, as gold has been moving up since around the middle of June. Here's the middle of June for Bitcoin. Bitcoin trading around 9,500. That's this line right here. between 9,500 and 9,000 with brief moves close to 10. Guess what finally happened over last week? Last week, we jumped, and over the weekend, we jumped all the way up to $11,000. Same thing happened just this weekend. We had a big jump up to 12 and a pullback. But right now, Bitcoin and the overall cryptocurrency markets look really strong as, again, devaluing the dollar is good for many things. Equities, foreign currencies, commodities, and even cryptocurrency. Now, let's talk about the one that got away. All right, so many of you may have noticed, I definitely saw this, I saw this as a news article, that Kodak, symbol K-O-D-K, had gone from last Monday $2.13. Then it was reported that the government was giving them a contract, all right, to help with COVID-19. It jumps into 10. By Wednesday, it was at $60 a share. A $2.13 stock goes to $60 a share. You know my rule. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I started seeing this showing up on headlines, and I thought, okay, time to sell the news. I went out and I looked. First of all, when you got a $2 stock, 2 days later at $60, there are no option strikes up here around 60 to buy or sell, to go bullish or bearish. So I looked at shorting the stock, and I put orders out to short the stock, and I kept getting rejection. Then I went to one of my tried and true brokers, and they went out there and looked for the stock for me. And they came back to me. This was from 8:36 in the morning to July 30th at 11:14 a.m., and they said, we're unable to locate shares to complete your recent short sale. I tried to sell this thing short, and they were going to go out, and they actually ended up having to reverse the order on me. Where was I going short at? Around 40. I was not short at 60. Come on. Nobody was. I mean, maybe somebody was, but I was trying to short this at 40, and of course, I did not get filled. So the one that got away took a trip from 40 to recently now trading down below 18. I expect Kodak's going to be back down below 10 in the near term. All right. Finally, let's take a look at the money calendar and see what it has to say for the month of August. And as you can see with the money calendar, this is the last week of July, but as we head into August, you can see that the majority of the days on the screen for the month of August are green. In fact, I only see 2 days where we had more bearishness than bullishness. And of those 2 days, the first one, which is on August 4th, was 55 to 45 to the bears. And then August 10th was 51 to 49, so really not much at all there. Overall, August looks like a great month to be in the stock market as far as the seasonals are concerned. Okay, the part that everyone's waiting for now, targets. Let's talk about targets on all these real quick. So my short-term targets on SPY, 340. TLT, 175. USO, I'm thinking probably about 32. That's about 10% from where we are right now. GLD, once again, I'm looking at 200 on this, as I'm looking at about 2,200 on the price of gold. Bitcoin, hadn't talked about that one, but here's what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. Dare I say it? 15 to 20,000. I'm looking for that to happen by year's end. I'm a long-term buyer and holder of Bitcoin. And Kodak, yeah, I mentioned that one. That one I think is going back to $10 or even below $10 in the coming weeks. So, in summary, earnings volatility could be the one thing that could put the kibosh on the recent highs that we're seeing in the marketplace. However, the earnings that are yet to come are more in the retail sector. So the area that we already know is going to be doing badly. Number two, the seasonals do point to higher highs as we go through the month of August. And number three, if you saw the short like I did in Kodak and you try to take advantage of it, realize this, that let it go. All right? There are sometimes you're going to find the best trade out there and you're going to spot that opportunity. You're going to create that trade you want. And when you go to place that trade, it gets rejected for one reason or another. Don't worry about it. There's more that are going to come. And just like that, there are also more videos that will be coming from me. Remember, Thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. We'll see you later. Bye now.